they thought that if they get rid of the two leaders, the strike will be all over.
If they got rid of the leaders, the strike would be over.
To get rid of, if they could arrest him and lock him up, have him locked up out of the way. You understand?
That was Joe Etta.
That's Joe Etta, Arturo Giovannitti. See what I mean? The minister from New York. He was not a union leader, but that's what it was.
The mill owners figured if they got rid of the leaders,
the strike would be offset. Okay?
And how did they plan to get rid of these?
Well, I tell you, they thought that they had an idea to try to discredit the strike. And now someone advised, well, anyhow, a fellow named Peterman. Peterman was the contractor who built the wood mill for Mr. William M. Wood. William M. Wood was the president of the American Woolen Company. Peterman built up the wood mill. The wood mill is by the name of Mr. Wood, you understand? So William M. Wood, you see? So he put up the wood mill. He made big money, the Peterman. So what the Peterman must get the idea to get the dynamite. To bring some dynamite in town and plant. So prior to 1912, the IWW were reputed like a revolutionary organization. They had some trouble in Idaho, and 3 leaders were arrested, including William A. Wood. So someone thought that by discrediting the strike leader in Lawrence, there would be enough. So someone conceived the idea to bring some bunch of dynamite where we used to meet, and that was a place of Antonio Colombo was the prender on Lawrence Street. See, so someone thought a good idea to have somebody bring a bunch of dynamite down there, so pick it up and accuse the strike leader of having this dynamite and they want to blow everything, so they could arrest the strike leader. You understand? They got the idea. So what happened? Pittman was engaged, or he's the one that got the idea, I don't know. He brought the dynamite from Boston, transport the dynamite from Boston to Lawrence. He gave the dynamite to John Breen, an undertaker, a school committee man of Lawrence at that time. And we instructed to bring those dynamite into the store, Colombo store, where we used to meet at night. Do you understand? So, and then bring some more dynamite at the cemetery. Well, John Breen, then to comply with the order, got the dynamite, pick him up, and wrapped the dynamite in the newspaper with his name addressed to him, a newspaper, Boston newspaper, addressed to John Breen, Oak Street, Lawrence. He wrapped him up with dynamite with that name on. And he planted some of the dynamite over there in the wood, in the cemetery. And then he brought a bunch down to Colombo, the prender. He was bringing it over there. But he couldn't leave him there. He said, what do you got here? You understand? So he couldn't leave the dynamite there. Next to Colombo, there was a shoemaker, a fellow named Di Prato, an Italian fellow, was a shoemaker, repaired autumn shoe. So what he did do, he brought the tank and he gave it the dynamite to Di Prato. Here's a pair of shoes, put a heel and a sole for me. You understand?
And the dynamite was in.
And the fellow accepted, expecting that he find a pair of shoes in the package.
Right.
But instead of that, then John Breen immediately left the store, telephoned the police station. Here's your police station. Run over that place. You find a dynamite down there. You understand? You find a dynamite over the cemetery. Okay. Then the police run over, pick up the package, I wrapped the package, and I find the name of John Breen in the top. So what they going to do? They arrested John Breen.
They arrested John. Was he working with the mill owners?
Well, he did. He was instructed by the mill owners.
They were paying him.
I don't know you understand, but that he did the trick.
Well, obviously he was going to discredit the
he was trying to do this. So so the police come up and arrested him.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So arrested him, and they couldn't arrest nobody.
They couldn't arrest the Italian.
So that's, in other words, the thing backfired. So they couldn't do nothing with that. Do you understand? I don't know whether God intervened. It's such a tricky thing to do. It's so stooped down. You understand? Outrageous. I don't know how would you call it that. It's so stooped down to
treacherous.
You see what I mean? I don't know. God must have intervened to then give any hallucinate brain to do that. You see what
he messed up.
To a dirty trick like that. You know, he planted the dynamite and planted this one we're going to do. You know, it's just stoop down to stoop down to
So Rocco,
and so that blew up. They couldn't arrest nobody.
Nothing blew up. It blew over.
Well, it blew over.
Right. Okay, so the mill owners tried to discredit by saying that these organizers were the only ones who were behind the strike. Then they tried to set up to make it look like the strikers were violent.
Yeah, it was no good, in other words.
This was January 1912 when the strike began. What's all this talk I hear about the mill owners and the governor calling in all the militia and all the army?
Oh, well, the city had enough police officers, they couldn't control they call it militia.